during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
Welcome everybody to WisconsinAle.net. Very first podcast. We're coming live from Mr.99 studio apartment. I am your host, Random Hero, along with my co-host, Mr.99. How's it going, Mr.99?
It's going. This is the first one, like you said, and we're going to see what happens here.
So on today's show, our very first show, we have a variety of different subjects we're going to hit. We're going to hit some on the replacement refs. We're going to hit Snooki's god-awful baby.
I disagree. It's a beautiful god-awful baby.
We're also going to go over the things we learned over the past couple weekends. I know that's a pretty popular segment on our website. So why don't we get started? The first thing I wanted to talk about were the NFL replacement refs.
I think they're doing a hell of a job there, Random Hero.
Really? I think I have seen better refereeing in a 7th grade football game. Pretty much what I don't think is right is these people come in and they really... these are from the MAC. These are referees that are not from major college. There's one referee who is from the Lingerie League.
Okay, but rules are rules. I mean, they all should know them, and I know there are variations of rules. Tweaking here, pro to college, maybe at one penalty is a 10-yarder there, 5-yarder here. They're all general rules, and you got to remember, they got called up on a whim of saying that, hey, our regular refs aren't here. We need you, otherwise there's no football. Would you rather have no football?
Well, they can't shut down football because of it. They would lose
too much revenue. I could have gone and got Pee-wee refs. What do you think they'd have been like?
That's pretty much what they have.
Yes, but and on the other side too, is you talking major college refs, you're talking Big Ten officials, Big 12 officials, SEC, ACC. They can't get those because they're contracted out probably for 4 or 5 years.
Well, the thing about it is they technically they're not contracted out. The thing about the major colleges, the Big Ten, the SEC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, all of those commissioners for all of those leagues are actually friends of the referees and the NFL Football Union, the Players Union. So they won't let their refs go to the NFL because they want to punish Roger Goodell further. My point is, when is it going to become enough? In the NFL, it's not quite as bad as college, where 1 or 2 games will destroy you if you lose. You could be 10-6 and still go to the Super Bowl, as the Packers did 2 years ago. But you can't by playoff time, if they have replacement refs, and say it's your favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, and it's a playoff game, and those refs make a bad call and cost the only playoff game Tony Romo is going to ever win in his career.
I believe he's already won one there.
But one. Okay. So my point being is these guys are ruining the integrity of the NFL, and the integrity is the only thing the NFL has left.
I definitely see where you're going, and a lot of these other fans that are arguing about how bad the refs are doing. But I look at it from a standpoint too that, obviously without football, that's not an option. So they got to bring in somebody. This is the best option they have outside of these major college conferences. Now, yes, a play's going to get missed here and there. The regular refs aren't going to miss percentage-wise as many, but there's similar calls that are getting missed. So in that regard, I don't see a big difference. Now, regarding what you were saying, playoffs, one play could really make a difference. I would have to say that, that's the way the game goes. These refs also have other jobs. Their main focus is not the NFL, not reffing football. And even the regular refs. I don't know if that is their sole job. And if it is, well then, Goodell, you need to pay them because that is their job.
That's the NFL's best option. The NFL's best option is to pay the refs. The refs are asking for, I believe it's $3,200 more game check, which seems like a lot if you put it in layman's terms, if you put it into the average everyday's paycheck. If you put it into NFL perspective, they make $325,000 less than Peyton Manning does every game check. Now, granted, Peyton Manning goes out there and plays and puts his life on the line, throws 3 interceptions in 1 quarter, but these guys are also putting their life on the line. They get hit by plays. Their judgment is what makes a game good or bad.
I understand that. And I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying that it's been spectacular reffing out there. I just
Major points I want to make before we move on to the next topic. Okay. And it's my show, so I can have the last word. That's how we work here at WisconsinAle.net.
All right.
My 3 major points are this. One referee already got booted out of the Saints game because minutes before the game started, his Facebook page got flooded, and they saw that he was a huge Saints fan. What game was he reffing? The Saints. Boom. Integrity issue. 2, there shouldn't be a woman on the field. If there's a woman on the field in the NFL, she better be in a short dress with big-ass fake titties, and they better be wobbling around. Because the only way I want to see a woman on the field is if she's serving Mike McCarthy a grilled cheese, or if her big-ass fake titties are flopping in the wind. And 3, there was a referee who told LaShawn McCoy that he better start playing better because he's on his fantasy team. Integrity, Roger Goodell. Next subject, please.
Snooki's.
Yes.
Snooki's, I don't even know what you want to call that thing. Man pig?
I will call Snooki's baby a should-have-been abortion.
You really want to go down that line?
I'm going to go down to that line.
All right, you go down that line.
She had this baby, and for everybody, yes, for everybody who knows me out there, I'm not going to be the type of person that's going to shut my mouth and just sit there and be like, oh, everything's great. I'm going to tell you my opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to come to our website. You don't have to listen to the podcast. Snooki's baby was made for money, for TV shows, for magazine covers. If I have to see that ugly Italian piece of skin, meaning her and her baby, on another fucking magazine cover, I'm going to choke myself out with chicken parmesan. The thing about it that really gets me is this whole fucking Jersey Shore craze. So we get to watch 7 egotistical assholes go around the house and get drunk. How about this, MTV? Come to my house on a Saturday night. I have a buddy who just passed out on the lawn. It's the same.
That's called the real world, isn't it?
It's all the same bullshit. It's all the same bullshit. Mike, the situation, I've never wanted somebody to get hit by a bus. I just think Snooki's baby was made for all the wrong reasons. And it gives kids, you have a daughter.
I do.
When she grows up, is she going to grow up and watch this shit where she thinks at 15 it's okay to spit out a baby for money?
No, she's going to be out hunting with me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Another topic, another day. I know exactly where you're going. You know.
My big thing is I just am sick of these celebrities popping out babies, adopting babies from different countries for media attention. Hey, Angelina Jolie, you are drop dead gorgeous. I don't want to see you with a black and Asian baby running around while Brad Pitt picks up your fucking coattail. I don't want to see that shit. And yes, I know, I am the king of if you don't like me, turn me off. And I can turn it off. Yeah. The difference between my website and their bullshit is it's not plastered. Ending this topic quickly is I hate the way that this world is running. I hate the way that Snooki is famous. And I hope that one day she gets hit by a bus. So our final topic today, or not final, but we are cutting down to the end. And a little bit I just want to get into, I'm going to call it Random's Rants. Now, I know a lot of you will probably say, who the fuck gives a shit about this rant? Well, if you're listening, obviously you do. The cool thing about media, social media, is I'm allowed to express my opinions on anything I want, and I don't really give a shit. Freedom of speech. Thank you, Mitt Romney, for supporting that. Sorry to get political. Next week's our political conversation, so we'll dive into that one. So, a little bit about my rant. I just wanted, to quickly chat about just the naiveness of some people. People being completely naive, and it just is so irritating. Okay, so I have staff at work. My staff are the biggest piles of bullshit that I've ever met in my lifetime. I'm not going to tell you where I work. I'm not going to tell you what I do. But I will tell you, as you read in a couple previous posts before, how they called corporate on me, tried to get me in trouble for sexual harassment. I can't believe that some people will go to work and you have to pat them on the back every time they wipe their own ass because positive reinforcement works. In my eyes, you collect a paycheck. That should be positive reinforcement. You're not part of this culture who begs for Obama money. Who, oh, everybody help me. Oh, I need a handout. I need a handout. No, you work hard. Kid, you have a wife. You work hard. You don't just sit around. You try to support in any way possible. Am I correct?
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
And when you work hard. You don't half-ass it. I know, I've known you for too long to know that you half-ass anything. Correct?
Unless I absolutely hate what I'm doing, but no, I don't.
It's just some part of the subculture that people feel like everything should be handed to them. Hand me this, hand me that. I deserve. Well, I'm going to set the record straight and say that people don't deserve shit. We were given this earth. We've damaged that enough. Most people have gotten opportunities and blown them by because they didn't realize they got an opportunity. It's a hand-me culture, and it's really absurd. And when you do nice things for people, they take advantage of you. And you have to do it over and over and over. Quick story. So, couple months, I was kind of dating this girl. Not really dating, just talking, hanging out, having fun. Maybe the timeline skewed a bit, but I'm going to tell this story anyways, and if she listens to this, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So, nice random hero. You know, I do have a sensitive side. I do like to be nice to people. And I decide that I'm going to get her flowers, and I'm going to send it to her at work. Just because flowers. You've sent just because flowers, right?
Once.
Well, you're married. You don't need to anymore. So, I send her flowers thinking it's going to be a nice gesture, right?
Sure, it always is.
So she's like, oh, you know, it's nice, it's sweet, like, let's hang out. Can I tell you the whole time we hung out, she was texting her ex-boyfriend? Here's what it is in life. And gentlemen, pay attention. You're nice to a girl, and she'll still go for the asshole who dumped her because life was a little stressful. Oh. If you're going to listen to this podcast, and I know that this person will listen to this podcast, thank you. If you are going to stick with douchebags and do nothing but date douchebags and not appreciate good guys, then you deserve to be hurt for the rest of your life. So in 15 years, when I'm happy, I hope you have enough cats and enough cat litter that you buy from one of my stores, and I hope your house smells like shit, and you have rats. And everybody talks about the crazy cat lady in apartment 2B because you refuse to let yourself date a good guy. That's random rants for the day. So let's finish off with the things I learned. Now, typically, we do things I learned over the weekend every Monday on WisconsinAle.net. And remember to keep checking the website, keep checking us out. We're going to try to update it a lot more. Things I learned over the weekend. Well, one thing I learned over the weekend, that it is possible to black out on 6 bottles of red wine.
6 bottles?
6 bottles of red wine.
I'm pretty sure everybody would black out on 6 bottles.
Yes. The other thing I learned over the weekend is when cops pull you over and you're passed out in some random person's yard, it's probably not a smart idea to show them your insurance card instead of your identification.
You'll have to tell me who that was later.
Absolutely. Another thing I learned over the weekend is that sometimes Saturday night watching Boardwalk Empire with your little Shih Tzu is all you really need in life. Okay, I'm lame.
No, hey, everybody needs their downtime, me time.
Yes.
You just have your me and Shih Tzu time.
Shih Tzu time. He's the cutest dog ever. Don't worry about it. Another thing I learned over the past couple weekends, is that drinking does not make the Badgers play any better.
No, that's Paul Chryst makes the Badgers play better.
Yes, and when I'm not drinking watching a Badger game, I wish I was drinking. It's unusual. The other thing I learned over the weekend is that I still boo good-looking girls with ugly guys. I could be at work, I could be in the driveway, I could be anywhere. If I see a good-looking girl with an ugly guy, I'm going to boo them.
Does that make you gay because you're judging a guy?
No, it makes me a realist.
Oh, okay.
Girls, if you're dating ugly guys and you know he's uglier than what you can get, do me a favor. Go to the top of your stairs, put one foot in front of the other, and fall, because that's what you deserve.
Well, that's Wisconsin Ale's first podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Absolutely. We're going to have more coming. Remember to check out the website, WisconsinAle.net. Check us out. I hope you enjoyed. It's going to get better. Again, this is our first podcast. This is kind of our test run. Listen, like us on YouTube.
Comment on there if you got something that you think would be funny to rant about, or you got an opinion. We can always drop a little log in there that you messaged it. So,
and if you don't like us, you can get out. God bless America, and God bless Mitt Romney.